American engineers didn't expect this. China has just unveiled a new transportation vehicle so advanced it stunned US experts. Its speed, design, and purpose could redefine how humans travel. Join us and let's break down the Chinese vehicle that shocked the United States. Let's go!
Number 11. HYI Hydrofoil Electric Ferry. Maritime transportation hasn't changed much in decades. Boats got bigger, engines got more efficient, routes got optimized, but fundamental operations stayed the same. Hull pushing through water, waves creating resistance, speed limited by physics. The HYI hydrofoil passenger vessel throws those limitations overboard. Electric hydrofoils lift the hull completely above water. The ferry flies over waves instead of plowing through them. Resistance drops 80%. Speed doubles compared to conventional ferries while consuming less energy because you're not fighting water resistance anymore. 150 passengers travel at 50 kilometers per hour above the surface. Rough water that would turn traditional ferries into vomit-inducing roller coasters barely registers. The vessel flies over turbulence rather than bashing through it. Passengers experience smooth transit, even when weather conditions would normally cancel ferry service. Chinese coastal routes already use this technology for regular service. Island-to-island journeys that took 2 hours now complete in 45 minutes. Zero carbon emissions because the entire system runs on batteries. For countries with extensive coastlines or archipelagos, this represents a complete rethinking of maritime transit. The Philippines could connect its 7,000 islands more efficiently. Greece could transform inter-island travel. Indonesia could revolutionize transportation across its vast maritime territory. The technology exists, the economics work, implementation is happening right now on Chinese routes. The question isn't whether hydrofoil ferries will replace conventional vessels. The question is how fast adoption will spread globally once other countries see the operational advantages China is already experiencing daily.
Number 10. T-Flight Hyperloop System. Elon Musk talked about it, China built it. The T-Flight system is the operational hyperloop that actually exists outside PowerPoint presentations. Magnetic capsules screaming through vacuum tubes at 1,000 kilometers per hour. But here's what separates this from Silicon Valley vaporware. China has functional test lines over 2 kilometers long that work right now. High-temperature magnetic levitation eliminates friction almost entirely. The capsule floats. No wheels grinding against rails, no resistance slowing you down. Just pure speed in a near-vacuum environment. Passengers experience acceleration so smooth it feels like sitting in your living room while the world blurs past outside. The silence is eerie. When you remove air from the equation, sound has nothing to travel through. Inside the capsule, you hear your own breathing while moving faster than a 737 cruising at altitude. Shanxi Province is getting the first commercial route. Cities that currently require 3 hours on China's already impressive high-speed rail network will connect in under 30 minutes. Morning coffee in one city, business meeting in another before lunch, back home before the kids get out of school. The infrastructure required is substantial, but not impossible. Vacuum tubes, magnetic levitation systems, pressurized capsules that maintain comfortable environments while hurtling through near-vacuum conditions. Other countries announced Hyperloop projects with great fanfare. Test tracks got built, some money got spent, then nothing. China skipped the announcement phase and went straight to building working systems. The difference between talking about the future and actually constructing it is playing out in real time. This isn't coming eventually, it's operational now.
I'm going to ask you a simple question. Are you a naturally curious person? If you're watching, I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. This space is made for people like us. To ensure you're always part of this community and receive all our latest discoveries, you just need to do one thing. Subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to stay connected with us. Okay, now that you're part of our Legion of the Curious, let's move on to the next item.
Number 9. Jinan Electric Highway Charging Road. Jinan built something that sounds impossible, a highway section that charges electric vehicles while they're moving. You drive over special lanes embedded with wireless charging coils. Your EV's battery charges as you cruise at highway speeds. No stopping, no plugging in, just driving and charging simultaneously. The technology uses high-power wireless transfer through magnetic resonance. Coils buried under the road surface generate electromagnetic fields. Receivers on compatible vehicles capture that energy and convert it to battery charge. The efficiency isn't perfect. You lose some energy in the transfer. But for vehicles that are driving anyway, free charging while in motion changes everything. Range anxiety evaporates when highways themselves become chargers. The test section is only 2 kilometers currently, but it proves the concept works with real vehicles at real highway speeds. Buses and trucks equipped with receivers are getting measurable charge while driving. Scaling this technology across entire highway networks would be expensive, but the value proposition is compelling. Electric vehicles with smaller, cheaper batteries could have unlimited range on equipped highways. Trucks could run continuously without charging stops. The infrastructure pays itself through increased EV adoption and reduced need for charging station networks. Countries across Asia and Europe are watching China's experiments closely. South Korea is testing similar systems. Sweden built a test track, but China has the political will and financial resources to scale experimental technology into actual infrastructure. This is how you eliminate the last major obstacle to EV adoption. You make charging invisible and automatic. People don't think about it. They just drive and the system handles everything in the background. That's the kind of user experience that drives mass adoption.
Number 8. EHang 216 Autonomous Air Taxi. Flying cars were supposed to stay in cartoons and bad science fiction. The EHang 216 proves otherwise. This autonomous passenger drone operates without pilots, without manual controls, without anything except you getting in and telling it where to go. 16 rotors across 8 arms provide redundancy that would make aerospace engineers weep with joy. One motor fails, the other 15 compensate automatically. 2 motors fail, still flying safely. This isn't backup systems slapped on as an afterthought. Redundancy is built into the fundamental design. 2 passengers travel at 130 kilometers per hour for 35 minutes. That might not sound impressive until you think about urban distances. A 1-hour car journey through congested streets becomes a 10-minute straight-line flight. Your daily commute transforms from stress-inducing gridlock to scenic aerial transit. The shocking part is regulatory approval. Multiple Chinese cities authorized commercial operations. These aren't test programs or pilot projects limited to tech enthusiasts. Regular passengers book flights, board EHang drones, and arrive at destinations faster than ground transportation could ever manage. Dubai is testing fleets. South Korea is evaluating implementation. Spain is running trial programs. The flying taxi era isn't approaching. It arrived. The technology works, the economics make sense, the regulatory framework exists. What seemed like fantasy 5 years ago is routine transportation today in multiple cities. American companies are still conducting feasibility studies, while Chinese passengers are booking their 3rd or 4th EHang flight. The gap between concept and execution has never been more visible.
Number 7. Chinese automated parking towers. Chinese cities have parking garages that are more robot than building. You drive into an entry bay, get out of your car, and push a button. Mechanical systems grab your vehicle and store it in a compact space while you go about your day. When you return, the system retrieves your car and delivers it to you. The automated parking towers pack cars like Tetris blocks. No driving lanes needed, no ramps between floors, just mechanical lifts and conveyor systems moving vehicles into precise storage positions. A garage that would hold 300 cars with traditional design can store 600 cars using automation. Land is expensive in Chinese megacities. Building up is cheaper than building out. Automated parking towers go 20 stories high on tiny footprints. The same land area that held 50 parking spaces now holds 200. The math works. Speed is another advantage. Traditional parking means searching for spots, walking from distant spaces, waiting for slow elevators. Automated systems retrieve your car in under 2 minutes. You pick it up at ground level, right where you left it. Some systems include charging stations for every parking space. Your EV charges while stored. You never think about finding charging stations because your car charges automatically whenever it's parked. Shanghai has dozens of automated parking facilities. Beijing is adding more constantly. Shenzhen requires new buildings to include automated parking. The technology is becoming standard infrastructure rather than exotic innovation. American cities have a few automated parking garages as novelties. Chinese cities have hundreds as essential urban infrastructure. The scale of implementation reveals different approaches to solving identical problems. One place experiments, the other place builds.
Number 6. Baidu Apollo Robobus. Autonomous vehicles have been just around the corner for over a decade. Tech companies demonstrate prototypes. Test programs launch with fanfare. Then reality intrudes. Edge cases emerge. Safety concerns surface. Timelines slip.
The Baidu Apollo Robobus skipped the hype cycle and went straight to operational service. No driver, no steering wheel, no pedals. Level 4 autonomy operating in multiple Chinese cities, transporting thousands of passengers daily. LiDAR sensors, 360-degree cameras, and advanced AI navigate complex urban traffic. The system recognizes traffic signals, anticipates pedestrian behavior, adapts to weather conditions, and handles scenarios human drivers struggle with. The safety record surpasses human drivers. Over 10 million kilometers traveled with practically zero incidents. The AI doesn't get distracted by phones, doesn't get tired after long shifts, doesn't make mistakes because of emotions or stress. Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou integrated Apollo buses into public transportation networks. Passengers wait at designated stops. The bus arrives according to optimized algorithms that adjust for real-time traffic conditions. Service is reliable, safe, and cheaper to operate than conventional transit. The implications extend beyond transportation efficiency. Autonomous buses never call in sick, don't require benefits or pensions, operate 24 hours without fatigue. Labor costs drop dramatically, while service reliability increases. Cities can expand transit coverage to routes that were previously uneconomical because labor costs exceeded fare revenue. American companies have been testing autonomous vehicles for years. Billions invested, thousands of engineers employed, progress measured. But operational autonomous bus fleets serving regular passengers? That's happening in China right now, while other countries are still running pilot programs with safety drivers behind the wheel. The gap between testing technology and deploying it at scale separates companies that talk about the future from countries actually building it.
Number 4. Shanghai Maglev Train. Shanghai has a train that doesn't touch the tracks. The Shanghai Maglev hits 431 kilometers per hour on its daily route from the airport to the city. Not in some controlled test environment, every single day with regular passengers checking their phones while moving faster than a Ferrari at full throttle. Magnetic levitation eliminates friction completely. The train floats about 10 millimeters above the guideway, suspended by powerful electromagnets. No wheels, no contact, no resistance. Just pure speed that makes conventional high-speed rail look sluggish. The technology behind this is wild. Electromagnets in the train interact with those in the track, creating both lift and propulsion simultaneously. It's like the train is constantly being pushed and pulled by invisible hands while floating on a magnetic cushion. The 30-kilometer journey from Pudong Airport to Longyang Road Station takes 7 minutes and 20 seconds. A trip that would take 45 minutes by car happens faster than most people's morning shower. Passengers barely feel the acceleration because it's so smooth. Germany developed the original maglev technology decades ago. They built a test track, proved it worked, then abandoned it because costs seemed too high. China bought the technology, improved it, and built a commercial line that's been operating since 2004. 20 years of daily service, millions of passengers, near-perfect safety record. The train has become so reliable that locals treat it like a regular subway line. American transportation officials visited Shanghai, rode the maglev, wrote impressed reports, and then went home to build nothing. Meanwhile, China is planning maglev lines connecting major cities at even higher speeds. The next generation aims for 600 kilometers per hour. That's airplane speed on the ground.
Number 3. Beijing Yanfang Line driverless subway. Beijing subway has lines that operate without human drivers. The Yanfang line uses completely automated train operation that handles everything from acceleration to braking to door control. Frequency is higher, service is more reliable, costs are lower, safety is better. Removing humans from the equation improved every metric. Automated trains run on precise schedules because computers don't get tired, distracted, or stuck in traffic on the way to work. Headways between trains shrink from 5 minutes to 90 seconds because automated systems react faster than human operators. More trains per hour means more passengers transported on the same infrastructure. Safety systems prevent the human errors that cause most accidents. Trains maintain exact speeds. They stop at precise positions every time. Doors only open when it's safe. The system monitors thousands of variables continuously and responds to problems faster than any human could. Beijing isn't alone. Shanghai has automated lines. Guangzhou has automated lines. Hong Kong has automated lines. Chinese cities embrace driverless trains while American cities debate whether the technology is ready. The technology was ready a decade ago. Implementation is about political will, labor negotiations, and public acceptance. Chinese transit authorities overcame those hurdles. Ridership data shows passengers trust automated trains. Usage rates are high. Satisfaction scores are positive. People adapted quickly once they experienced the improved service. Frequency is king in public transit. Wait times determine whether people choose transit or drive. Automated systems make frequencies possible that would be economically impossible with human operators. That improved service drives mode shift from cars to transit. The environmental benefits follow. Less driving, less pollution, more efficient cities. Automation isn't about replacing workers to save money. It's about providing service levels that fundamentally change how cities move people.
Number 2. Ningbo Wireless Charging Bus Network. Ningbo has buses that never stop to charge. They use wireless charging technology embedded in the road at bus stops. While passengers get on and off, the bus is already recharging. By the time everyone is seated, the battery has gained enough juice for the next leg of the route. The system uses inductive charging, the same principle as wireless phone chargers but scaled up massively. Charging plates in the road transfer electricity to receivers under the bus through magnetic fields. No plugs, no cables, no time wasted connecting anything. Each stop provides a quick power boost. The bus spends maybe 30 seconds at each stop anyway for passengers. During that time, it's charging. The route is designed so these frequent small charges keep the battery topped up all day long. No depot returns for lengthy charging sessions. The efficiency gains are massive. Traditional electric buses need to return to the depot for charging, taking vehicles out of service. These buses run continuously from morning until night. More service hours, more passengers transported, better economics. Cities worldwide are watching this technology. Los Angeles tested it, South Korea is expanding implementation, Germany is running pilot programs. But China has entire fleets operating this way right now in multiple cities. The wireless charging infrastructure costs more upfront than traditional charging stations, but the operational savings from increased vehicle utilization pay back the investment faster than anyone expected. This is what smart infrastructure looks like. You don't add charging time to the schedule. You hide it inside time the bus is already stopped. The technology exists in that sweet spot where innovation meets practical common sense.
Number 1. Lincoln Tianning Hypersonic Jet. Beijing to New York in 2 hours. Not in 2050, not in some distant timeline where we've colonized Mars. Right now, Chinese engineers are testing the Lincoln Tianning, a hypersonic beast that travels at Mach 6, 6 times faster than sound. While American aviation companies are still arguing about fuel efficiency on traditional jets, China built something that breaks every rule we thought was set in stone. The rotating detonation engine is the real game changer here. This thing consumes less fuel than your grandpa's Boeing while producing power that would make a rocket blush. Chinese engineers didn't just create a faster plane, they rewrote the physics textbook. The biggest headache with hypersonic flight has always been heat. When you're cutting through air at 6 times the speed of sound, your aircraft turns into a flying oven reaching over 1,000 degrees Celsius. Traditional materials would melt like butter on hot asphalt. The solution? Cutting-edge ceramic materials combined with active cooling systems that work like a sophisticated air conditioning unit for the entire fuselage. This isn't theoretical engineering. Test flights are happening. Prototypes are flying. Commercial operations are projected for 2030. That's not some vague future date. That's next decade. Your kids might take this jet to college overseas. The planet is about to shrink in ways we can barely comprehend. A business meeting in London? Fly there in 90 minutes, attend your meeting, fly back home for dinner. The implications go way beyond convenience. This technology could reshape global commerce, international relations, emergency response systems, and how we think about distance itself. While competitors are still sketching concepts on whiteboards, China is testing actual hardware that works.
Still curious? Then don't stop now. The next mystery is already waiting for you. Just click the video on screen. I saved it just for you. See you there, curious one.